just heading back with a load of pipe again. Groundhog Day, doing the same thing, which is great. And all it did was rain, and rained and rained and rained. I sat in Vancouver for a day. Had a load I was going to take fall through, so hung out for a day, but all it did was rain. Couldn't do nothing. So the unfortunate thing, this time of year, when it's raining, raining, raining down in the lower mainland, that means that up here on the Coquihalla, the highway to hell, that means some snow is going to be falling. So I might have to use my chains today. I haven't whipped them out at all this year on this truck. I whipped them out when I was doing some tanker work there, but I hope they're all together. Oh boy. This isn't good. Big flakes. Well, I guess we still got a lot of fun left in our winter here. Yeehaw! Yeah, the snow's sticking to the road, so we'll probably be chaining up here. I got good tires, but oh yeah, there's the, tough to see, but there's the lights to put chains on there. See the sign coming up here? When flashing, trucks and vehicle combinations over blah 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 must use chains. Well, that's me and every other big fat truck out here, so we'll have to do that, I guess. Chain up area. Yeah, because this looks like it's going to be a day or two. It's socked in here pretty good, so might as well do this in the daylight, get the heck out of Dodge, take the 5-10 minutes, put chains on, and get the heck out of here. I should have put them on back there because everybody's kind of parked all wonky here. Come on, guys, you're in my way. Look at the snow though, holy shit. Wow. Well, we're just gonna pull in here, I guess. We'll be like everybody else. Fun! Alright, let's get dressed and get out there. Alright, we got one set off. Make sure you don't lose all our stuff here. Yeah, they're a little rusty. Haven't used them, of course. A little slippery. Boys are barely moving. I can't believe how deep it is. What? Sloppy. So yeah, pull this off, see how we do here. looks rusty. Okay, now that we got them set up so they're going to roll on top of each other, we'll just roll ahead a bit. So the meeting point is at the top. We're cruising with our chains on. We're locked up and it's looking pretty good. I guess there's a guy spun out up there, so we're gonna keep them on. Just in case. I'm missing a center link on each chain. It's a little hook that you hook the middle parts to between the duals. I'm missing the hook part on both sets of chain. That reminds me, back in North Dakota in 2022, I said, hey, I had to use them then. I said, hey, I gotta remember to put a hook on those things. That's where they've sat since then. Well, now I know. Don't want to go too fast with these things on, especially when I got bungee cords holding the middles together. Hopefully it holds. Doesn't fly apart and take my fenders out. Always an adventure. Who wouldn't want a career where every day, every minute, something is different? Even on the crappy stuff like this. You just do it. Yeah, we're gonna bitch, we're gonna moan. But you just do it. Yeah, he saw they took the chain light off, so we don't have to chain up. So we'll be getting passed by a whole bunch of guys here. I don't know what's going on here, but he's causing some trouble here. Guy could fall asleep to that. You guys hear that squeak? Oh, it's my door. The Freightshaker's shaking apart. The ice on the right, that's kind of cool. Climbing the hill to the Rogers Pass. Wow, look at that mountain straight ahead. Still a lot of snow up there. Oh boy. reservoirs will definitely get filled this year. Hopefully my dugout will get filled at home. Taking a different way because we're going home for a couple days. We're taking the road that goes to Calgary. Times I keep slamming it shut, it keeps rattling, squeaking. Go slow, try your darndest to go down in control if you can. Not using brakes at all. Sometimes it's hard. But take her easy. Mountain peaks off to the right. Sometimes it just looks like a picture, you know? It doesn't look real. And just like that, another load down. He's still unloading me, but The guys that use these big loaders all the time, they get pretty good with the pincers there. I don't know what's next. I've been home. Took a couple days off already. Did some stuff to the truck. Roof was leaking again. Terrible design on these Coronados. They got a seam where the bunk, the sheet metal overlaps this, like there's a seam in the middle of the bunk. It's not all one piece. There's a seam in the middle. It overlaps, but it overlaps from the back like this. So all the wind's coming this way from the, you know, you're driving ahead. All the wind's coming this way and it hits this ridge. So all the paint's coming off there. But then also, when I was doing that US stuff and you go, you know, when you come from Canada and you end up going down to Houston, once you hit in that Texas or Oklahoma and the sun hits you, the cab, this thing was popping like popcorn. Like the aluminum was psh, 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 moving all over the place because it was expanding, right? Well, it expanded quite a bit right at that seam. And some of the rubber gasket gave, you know, popped open, but then also there's a gap like that now where the sheet metal's not touching anymore because it popped off and now it's sitting there kind of bent. I don't know. I'll show you one day. Oh, and I put a new seat in. I gotta check in and see what's next. Stay tuned. Well, we got all that other stuff off. Just take a look at what we're doing here now. Playing with some beam. This is the first pick of 2. Got to make room for 62,000 pounds on here. Oh, try and figure that out in your head while you're can't see the stuff and you don't know exactly what it looks like, hey? It's tough. We'll get her. We're so close. We're a little heavy. You see that little tick there? We gotta go about halfway between 60 and 63. So we're a little heavy. Just a little bit. So, and of course I'm fully loaded. So we're gonna move these angles back to this spot. Hold on here. That's better. Sun's out of our face. So we got all them angles there, but we got this much room here. I think if I move them angles just back right to here, that should take off a couple hundred kgs, maybe 500 pounds up here, because we're heavy right here, just barely. Lots of room on the back end. I don't know, we'll see. Nelly. Oh, Nelly. There we go. Oh, don't forget to turn off this logbook. Done. We are officially done for the day. Ho-ho! That's a long day. Very long day. Can you hear them rattles? Drive a guy bonkers. We're on our way up to the Fort McMurray. Fort McMurray one more time. And we were able to slide the load there. I'll show it to you here in a second. Just hold on. Quiet. Woo. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. There we go. We were able to move that one bundle of angle iron, move it back, and it gave us, well, let's see if I can show this to you here. I don't know. I don't know if you can see this or not. Hold on. So I don't know if you can look at it before. It is a little more in the middle. Not quite on the 63. See what I'm looking at here? I'm seeing where it's on that little tick. And it's kind of just past the big tick of 60. Yeah, we're pretty close. I went and did a self-weigh. And we were 120 kgs over. 120 kgs over on the drive axles. So that's okay. Because I figured, you know, that's what I weigh. Well, if I don't eat for 3 days. 120 kgs. I figure if I'm going across the scale and they have trouble with it, if they ask me to stop at that axle setting, I was just going to hop out the door. And then they wouldn't. Then we'd be perfect. And then when the light turns green and hop back in the truck, they wouldn't even notice. They wouldn't even notice. So anyway, I haven't ate supper because, you know, I want to keep the weights down, you know. Anyway, we got her raced. We got her good. Let's go take a look at it. Well, easy now. The wind is just a howling. So what we got here is we got a Legacy. And it's a Legacy low. So my sciatica, something in my back was starting to act up, so they call this a Legacy low because it sits a lot lower. So they say, you know who they are, that if your hips are lower than your knees, it's better for your back. And for pooping, I guess, hey? If you look at that squatty potty thing. Anyway, whatever. Woohoo! Wind's blowing here. Cold, cold, cold. So then, yeah. See those angles there? They were up here. And I moved them back there. And I figure I was probably about 500 kgs over. Just by looking at those air gauges. So this is what we got. Well, we were hoping to see some northern lights here tonight, but I don't know. There was some a little earlier, but we'll see. We will see. All right, gonna go unload this tomorrow and see what the next adventure brings. Oh, she's cold. She's cold. Take care. Bye for now.